Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. Let's talk about it. Your health, your life. That's what it comes down to. Remember, if the body gets sick, can get sick, it can also get well. It's about lifestyle. Our choices are what matters more than anything else. It really is. I mean, medicine is great. It manages. It can help hold things together when you feel like you're coming apart at the seams. Help us with symptoms. Help certain systems work a little bit better. But at the end of the day, if you don't get down to your daily habits of what you eat, what you put inside your body, the exercise that you get or don't get, the relationships that you maintain, the stress that you manage, the sleep that you get or don't get, I mean, all those daily factors that build day in and day out, that's what's going to determine your health more than anything else. All right, smartphone users, which pretty much is now about everyone. Daily smartphone use, they're saying, might offer clues toward depression. A new study is showing us how your smartphone could shed light on whether you might suffer from depression or not. Interesting. It did a study involving about 20 women and 8 men, averaging 29 years of age. So the millennials, if you will. So the researchers from Northwestern University School of Medicine in Chicago, they did this study, and basically the more time this person spent on their phone, the more likely they were to be depressed. Think about that. According to the team led by clinical psychologist David Moore, he directs the University Center for Behavioral Intervention Technologies. He said, for example, average daily smartphone use by those with depression was about 68 minutes compared to those with about 17 minutes without depression. That's a lot. So the GPS data show that people that were depressed tended to spend more time at home or in fewer locations compared to people who weren't depressed or out and about. And people had less of regular day-to-day schedules who left home, went to work for different times during the day, were also more prone to depression. So the researchers contended with all this overall smartphone use data. They said was about 87% accurate in spotting people with symptoms for depression. So what's more is phones can provide us data that's unobtrusively and, of course, with no effort, they say, result-oriented to a fault. So the challenge is, with all these studies, they say, well, it might cause depression, but it might not. I mean, at the end of the day, they do studies. They say, well, there's some data we see, but at the end of the day, they don't really know. Here's my thought on this whole thing, is that we're in this world now. It's not going away. Matter of fact, it's gonna suck us in even more. I mean, I run all our businesses are all run via computers and tablets and smartphones and web and everything else. So with social media and relationships happening more on the phone, it's funny. I was talking to a pastor the other day, and he's like, the crazy thing is that I do everything with my phone, everything, right? Or my tablet. And I don't even want to get on the phone anymore, he said. It's funny. The reality is, it's true. I mean, the reality is that so much is happening. Many times we don't even want to have conversations with people anymore. We'd rather text message to get our point across and then move on, because there's so much going on and so many people demanding of our time each and every day. So it's just interesting how this whole thing's working. But yeah, depression, big deal. And you want to do everything you can, obviously, to make an impact with people not struggling with that, because depression, one of the number one prescribed medications right now is depression medication. One of the number one. I mean, we're seeing brain chemistry related issues skyrocket, and people are going through tough times. And I know economy has been hard for a lot of people and that sort of thing, but we have to get to a place too where we can realize that we can thrive again and we don't have to be stuck. So that should be the encouraging piece, that you don't have to stay where you are, and having someone that can lead you along the way, because depression, once you get into that downward spiral, can be extremely challenging. And that's our hope for so many people. Here, we've got all kinds of protocols and things we can do with lifestyle-related items that can help you get out of where you are. Because many times, if you notice, even in the study, they talk about people that had movement, they had things they had to do, packed schedules, things to do. Those are the ones that weren't depressed. The ones that sit around a lot, stay at home a lot, don't do a lot, those are the ones that lean toward depression. Activity breeds non-depression. It always does. And that's a great lifestyle-related pattern that you can incorporate in your life to make a big difference. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Lines are open. Give us a call. or go to the website. Let's go to the phones and talk to Mark. Hi, Mark.
Yeah, hello. Challenge that I'm having right now is what my doctor's calling vertigo. What we might could do to help me along with that.
Well, the vertigo is basically the dizziness that you feel, and it has to do, there's some different theories behind it, mostly the inner ear or the middle ear. There's the fluid that the eustachian tubes can have a fluid imbalance. There can be an issue there. And then also you could be dealing with something pretty simple that could be happening within the cervical spine. So your cerebellum, which handles a lot of your balance and stability, is a part of the brainstem, the lower part of the brainstem that kind of drops down into the cervical 1 and cervical 2 vertebra. And there's a theory behind that if those bones are out of position or if there's been trauma to that area, it can lead toward potential some vertigo. There's also vascular conditions that could be happening. So the blood flow that go through the different arteries in that area could be causing that as well. And there's, like, again, there are theories behind it, and getting multiple specialists to look at it, I think, is always a good way to go. It's not just, hey, take this supplement and it'll go away. You really need to have someone take a look at it and get some multiple opinions. I think chiropractic physicians are really good in this case. You need to get an ENT to look at the inner ear and make sure, that there's nothing being missed there, because a lot of times that can be a big deal. And then, believe it or not, osteopathic physicians, a DO, you have to find someone that still does some of the actual DO work, because a lot of them are just trained like traditional MDs and have kind of left that school, if you will, school of thought, and that can help tremendously. But I would get multiple opinions for sure. And there can be some nutritional options, but I would look down those roads first, okay? 888-283-7272. If you haven't found a lifestyle provider, someone in your area that believes the same way we do, all this nutrition and lifestyle-based care we talk about, check out the website. You can find information there to take you to the next level with your health and with your life. Because it's true. I mean, the reality is sometimes you just need someone to take you by the hand, to help you, to encourage you, to give you that little push when you need it, to give you a little bit of help when you need it. Lower blood pressure is a big deal. And high blood pressure is something that we're finding on a regular basis. Of course, we're seeing heart disease skyrocket. And a lot of these risk factors like hypertension can be one of the leading risk factors. Well, there's such a thing as low blood pressure. And lowering the blood pressure back to normal is good, but there are new limits for a safe level of low blood pressure. Some people can have low blood pressure, and that's not good either, because sometimes if it gets too low, you can start affecting other systems like the kidneys, and if it gets too high, it can affect the kidneys as well. So there's some new guidelines according to the CDC about this, and if there's symptoms of low blood pressure, you'll find dizziness and lightheadedness, fainting, cold and clammy skin, blurry vision, feeling tired quite a bit. Those are pretty classic symptoms. And even if you have low blood pressure, which is under 90/60, you should see someone like a cardiologist to help you through that. We'll be right back. If you're looking for increased strength, increased endurance, and better recovery, then look no further than an all-natural nutritional supplement called creatine hydrochloride. Concrete is the brand, and it's the most absorbable form of creatine hydrochloride found today. Now, creatine is not just for athletes. You've probably heard that before, but creatine hydrochloride is for the everyday person looking to improve their health. Listen, I started taking creatine in college when I was a strength and conditioning coach at Florida State University, and I've taken it ever since my college years, and it's made a massive difference in my life. Everything in my body, I believe, is functioning better because of creatine. Creatine hydrochloride I've moved over to using Concrete, and it is the best form of creatine on the market. Concrete creatine hydrochloride is available at most Walmart stores and on Walmart.com or any store that carries nutritional supplements. Just make sure to look for Concrete brand creatine hydrochloride and watch your endurance, your strength, and your recovery and your immune system get boosted today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
We're here for you each and every day to encourage you and empower you and equip you to go to that next level with your health and with your life. So powerful. And again, it's about lifestyle. So the choices you make today can and will determine the kind of health you're going to have tomorrow. If you haven't found our app yet, go to the App Store and look for On Call Radio. You'll find the app there. It'll be able to encourage you, help you, listen to the show whenever, wherever. We also replay the show every single day before we go live the following day, so you can always catch it. Very easy to do, and that's what we're here for. We're going to be that push to be able to take you by the hand, hold you by the hand, and get you to that next level with your health and with your life. Let's go to the phones, talk to Helen. Hi, Helen.
In reference to my son, he's 9 years old, and he currently has, it looks like it might be eczema on his hands, and it's around his mouth. It has cleared up around his mouth considerably, but it is still has like some little dark splotches, and it's also dark on his hands. He is African American.
Yeah, if that happens in that regard, you always want to go, because when it's happening on the skin, anytime you see a skin condition, you always want to go to the gut. I mean, the gut is the key for all of that. And you want to start by clearing things out. And typically, if you want to go see pediatrician, gastroenterologist, whatever, his doctor is going to recommend, somebody needs to look specifically, which I think is always good, have someone look at the gut itself. It's a specialist. From a lifestyle perspective, from what you can do on your day-to-day, you always want to focus on good gut health with things like probiotics. You can use, of course, you want to stay away from the grains, a lot of the processed breads, pastas, cereals, crackers, that kind of thing. You want to steer clear of those, and then focus on healthy fats, such as almonds, walnuts, cashews, avocados, the healthy type fats. Fish oils are all beneficial. DHA, EPA, all that can be extremely beneficial for the gut. And when the skin has these kind of conditions, zinc, the omega-3 fats, probiotics, that usually is your starting point. You want to go there first, then you can kind of build a game plan around it. You just have to figure out if that's the main issue. And the deficiencies will usually clear up fairly quickly. And if they don't, of course, then some further testing can be done. You may have some food allergies that could be flaring up some of that too. So there's some basic testing the physician can do and check and see what those numbers are. And then it'll give you kind of a list of which ones he could be allergic to and which ones he might not be or is. So it'll give you kind of the foods to avoid, foods to eat, that kind of deal. So helps tremendously. And I would definitely recommend looking into that, because at a place like that, with the skin, there could be even something so simple as a fungal related issue that's underlying that hasn't been detected and no one caught. So that's what I'm saying. You want to get down and figure out the root cause of it. That way you can create a battle plan and attack it. That's the key. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Lines are open with questions about your health. You give us a call. You go to the website. All right. Now here's the deal. One thing I want to encourage you with weight loss. We're getting a lot of emails, a lot of calls about it. With weight loss, there's some key areas. If you want to go to our website, go there and look for In Shape. It's our new system for losing weight and for kind of getting your health back in order. And sometimes you just need a plan. A lot of times, really, when it comes down to it, if you just had a plan, it would help you. But I'll tell you some basic tips. Here's some basic keys that we're learning that are working really well. Now, there's a lot of information out there about losing weight. There are a lot of gimmicks, and there's a lot of, fitness products and tools that everybody thinks they're going to have washboard abs if they do this. And unfortunately, it's just not that easy. There has to be a systematic way of doing this. And it's very different if you need to, it's similar if you need to lose 100 pounds or 5 pounds. But it's different in other ways, too. There's different phases that you need to go through. But for generalized losing the weight, losing the belly fat, that sort of thing, you want to look at a couple of key areas. All right. First and foremost, what you want to look at, and this is across the board, is what you're eating every single day. Now, a rule of thumb that will benefit you is you want to break everything down. Okay, so you want to have, I always say, equal amounts of lean protein sources like chicken, fish, beef, or eggs, low glycemic carbohydrates in the form of fruits and veggies, and then your healthy fats, your almonds, your walnuts, your cashews, your avocados. So it's important to get that in throughout the day. However, If you will exercise in the morning, it stimulates the metabolism, number one. On the eating side, if you will focus more on your proteins and your carbohydrates like beans, peas, sweet potatoes, and your complex carbs throughout the day and stop around 4 p.m., and then in the evening, focus more on your fibrous carbs, which would be more of, say, your broccoli, your cauliflower, spinach, salads, all those kind of things. If you would focus along those lines, it will make a tremendous difference. It'll get your body into a better fat-burning mode. You do your fats in the evenings, too. So you do your avocados, your fish oils, you do more of your nuts and seeds. All that would happen in the afternoon, too. And it really gets your body into more of a fat-burning mode than anything else. So that's the absolute key of what you want to focus on with your eating habits. And then, people say don't eat before you go to bed. That's not true. You can do protein like a piece of meat or fish. You can do eggs. You can do some protein powder. You do some organic yogurt, whatever you want to do, but do some protein before bed, and it actually stabilizes the muscle tissue, cuts down on cortisol levels, and stabilizes the body while you sleep. You'll actually get into a deeper stage of sleep if you'll do that. A lot of times going to bed hungry, if you have any type of blood sugar related issue at all, it can wake you up through the night because the blood sugar can rise and fall and it causes wake cycles and sleep cycles to happen. So a couple of tips on weight loss. And then, of course, your exercise 10 to 15 minutes a day, 5 to 6 days a week minimum. But you have to get your body moving every single day. If you don't get your body moving, nothing is going to happen. And I mean nothing. So you have to get moving. There's no sitting behind a desk all day and eating every now and then and hoping for the best. Won't happen. You will not hit your goals. Will not happen. And know your body chemistry. For weight loss, you have to know how well your body's working. You've got to know inside and out how your metabolism is, where the hormones are, where your weak areas are, and the strong areas. We'll be right back. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to AsaRx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Why have you gone away?
Lines are open, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Welcome back to the show. Check us out on the web. We're here for you each and every day. So remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. It's about lifestyle. And our choices that we make every single day can and will determine the kind of health we're going to have tomorrow. The key is understanding what you can do to be healthy, to live a healthy lifestyle. That is what this show is all about. So the foods you eat every single day, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the exercise we get or don't get. I have a very close friend right now that has always been into health and fitness, but now he's really jumping on the wagon. He's starting to count calories and really watching his weight on the scale, doing some things the right way. But it's exciting to see someone really lock in and have it make a real difference in their life and make an impact in the way they feel, their energy levels, and the way their body is functioning. He and his wife both. So it's really, really cool. So we get stories like that all the time. This is someone that's very personal friend, and he's just watched him do these types of things throughout the years, and he is just gaining great success, and he's almost 60, so pretty exciting. 888-283-7272, give us a call. Now, our food of the hour, I always talk about different foods, and I get excited about that because our food really determines the kind of health we're going to have. And foods either bring health to the body or what? They bring health or take health out of the body. So we make the decision each and every day of which way that is going to go. So we have to make the right kind of choices to get the right kind of results. So a couple things I want to get into and talk about. We're going to talk about some essential oils today that are beneficial. And if you've never been into essential oils, you got to think they are absolutely powerful. They're from nature. They come, they're as natural as you can get. So many of them are made and of course the quality is always important. So the brands you go with are really important, but they can be applied on the skin. They can be diffused and inhaled. Some can be taken internally, like lemon oil and orange oil. It's pretty amazing. And they all have different benefits. But what's interesting is a lot of the university hospitals now are experimenting with essential oil therapy with their patients because they recognize the non-medicinal values of those, and people are actually getting really good results. And with these results, obviously, it's creating healing and a healing atmosphere in the largest healing buildings that are supposed to be happening within our country. So it's really exciting to see a lot of the natural methods making their way into mainstream medicine. Very, very exciting to see. Things that have been almost like home remedies for years are now, because they've got studies behind them, they're pursuing more studies to really figure out exactly what's going on and how they can benefit us. So the first one I want to talk about is Boldo essential oil. It's classified as many things, including an anti-inflammatory. It's strong against arthritis, and it's helpful for digestive issues, a great diuretic. It's very good for the liver, and actually can help as a stimulant, but also can repel insects. You see what I mean? It's random at what this can do. So it's been known to reduce inflammation, treat arthritis, protect against septicism, or being septic rather. And of course, it promotes bile secretion, can facilitate digestion, and protects against a lot of the toxins not being released. So it can help release a lot of the toxins. Very good for the liver. And so it's, again, Boldo oil is something that you might want to look into. And these, you want to look them up. And they're at all the health food stores. Very easy to find. Very easy. Chamomile essential oil is another one. So traditionally, chamomile has been used for just about anything you imagine. I mean, it's pretty standard. It calms the nervous system. So you got to think it calms down spasms, muscle spasms. It's as strong as an antibiotic and antidepressant. And it's really, really good as an anti-inflammatory and anti-infectious. A lot of health benefits that they use it for. They use it to calm the nervous system. It's really good to drink at night before you go to sleep. So it can cure spasms. So people get a lot of the leg cramps and even have restless leg have benefited from using chamomile oil. The other thing, too, is people that deal with infections or they have any type of swelling have benefited from it. It uplifts the mood. So if you deal with depression at all, or deal with anything like that, it can help bring that up. Now, believe it or not, it eliminates gases. So a lot of people that struggle with digestive discomfort, gas, bloating, that kind of thing, it can help tremendously. So you think about it. You're taking your probiotics, you're taking digestive enzymes, and you're cutting out gluten, and you're making the best choices for your eating to get your digestion in order. You can add some chamomile oil in there. It's very easy. Kills bacteria, increases perspiration, improves digestion, and fights infections. It is one of the most popular oils. Been out for a long, long time where people have used it medicinally. So I would encourage you to look at it, that's for sure. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call. If you haven't found our lifestyle providers, go to the website. Go to oncallradio.com, and you'll find our lifestyle providers there and healthcare providers that believe the same way we do. All this nutrition and lifestyle-based care we talk about. And the encouraging part about it is that sometimes maybe you get stuck. And maybe you need somebody just to take you by the hand and help you lose an extra 10 pounds. Or maybe you don't really know. You've been working out really hard, eating well, so you think, and the weight doesn't come off. Or your energy levels don't come up. Or maybe you're taking a lot of medication and you really don't want to anymore. And you wanted to come up with a good solution and a game plan, and you need someone to help you. Well, that's what the lifestyle providers do. They help you really get in and go to that next level with your health and with your life. So I would encourage you to check that out. American Pharmacy Company gave us an email of the day. And if you haven't checked them out, go to AmericanPharmacyCompany.com, a natural online pharmacy. Can you believe that? They actually compound, make everything, and they ship it right to your door. So Medicare, Medicaid is accepted. A lot of times you don't pay anything. It's pretty amazing. So if you're using a pharmacy right now that you already like, I would still encourage you to give these guys a call. They are a great company, high levels of integrity, and do incredible work. 888-283-7272. Go to the website, go to the phones, and talk to Mary. Hi, Mary.
A couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with intracranial atherosclerosis. And this means that the arteries in your body are getting narrowed due to plaque and age and whatever. Now, I've developed very, very bad headaches. Very, very bad headaches, and I guess it's from the arteries in the head or brain or skull, whatever. Now, is there anything I could do to relieve those headaches?
Yeah, there's a couple of things you can do. I mean, first you want to do, I would look and see what your blood work says. Check and see if you have an iron deficiency anemia. A lot of times that can be a root cause, and then I would get someone to look at the base of your neck as well, because the lower aspect of this, or the upper aspect of the spine, a lot of times if there's misalignments, you want to get that looked at and see exactly what a chiropractic physician might suggest. Even an osteopathic physician could help as well. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. A lot of people are concerned about falls. If you're in the senior category, falls become a big issue. And a lot of times a hip fracture or serious fall-related injury can show how much independence an older person or adult can have. And that's where a lot of people get in trouble. A lot of people can struggle with taking a fall and then being in the hospital for 6 months. I mean, I've seen people even lose their life over it. So falls have become, a big challenge. They really have. And so one thing I would encourage you to do, in the Journal of American Medical Association Internal Medicine, they actually did a study and they found that one of the main issues, the post-fall function and recovery, needs to be looked at and evaluated. A physical therapist, of course, now the rehabilitation centers are doing phenomenal and they're doing great work. So, of course, disability would probably be an option. You want to make sure you have good rehab after a fall. And a lot of times people just start feeling better, so they quit rehab. And sometimes rehab may last an extra, could last an extra month from what you think it should. Stick it out. My whole point in saying this is stick it out. Finish up and even go a little bit extra, because the rehab of the muscles around the joints, if you've already had a fall, no matter if you got dizzy or whatever it is, if you took that fall and you don't do the proper recovery, it can happen so easily again, and that's what you have to be careful with. And that's the challenge too, because one of the issues, again, that you see are the repeated falls. And that's why you get multiple opinions. If something like that happens to you, get multiple opinions so you know exactly what's going on and you have a good game plan of moving forward, because they're no joke. Hip fractures are tough to recover from, and you got to be very, very cautious with that as well. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Lines are open. Just give us a call. Now, coming up on a jump in, I'm going to talk a little bit about anti-aging, brain health. So if you have ADHD or you struggle with any type of attention-related issue, maybe your kids do, then I'm going to show you some natural ways to really overcome that. Plus, if you struggle at all with migraine headaches, there are so many people say, well, there's no help, no solution. There is help, and there are some options that you can look at to really get everything back in order. Plus, there's phone lines filling up. I know I see you guys there. Hang tight. I'll get right to you. Plus, some social media that will be coming too. And don't forget to catch our TV show. The website will have all the information there. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to chow? It's time for Keto Chow. When it comes to eating healthy, the keto diet has become one of the nutrition leaders in optimizing health, losing unwanted weight, and reaching your health and wellness goals. No extravagant cooking, no long kitchen cleanup, and most importantly, especially for me, It's convenient. Just put quality Keto Chow powder in a bottle, add some heavy whipping cream or your favorite fat, a little water, and boom, shake it up and you're ready to chow. Keto Chow tastes amazing. So make Keto Chow easy for you and your family today with Keto Chow. Let's go chow. Visit Keto Chow online at ketochow.xyz. That's ketochow.xyz.
Connect with On Call Radio and watch On Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
Welcome back to the show. Check us out on the web. Whatever you're struggling with, remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. So it's about lifestyle. And the choices we make every single day, they can and will determine the kind of health we're going to have. So the key is, I know this sounds so simple, but the key is to make good choices. And so if you've made bad ones, it's okay. I mean, that's the good news. The good news is you don't have to beat yourself up. Nobody's pointing the finger. If you're 40 pounds overweight, taking 5 medications, and really messed it all up, it's okay, because that's what we do. We do things that mess things up. It's all right. So it's about coming up with a game plan to move forward. That is the absolute key. Go to the phones and talk to Barb. Hi, Barb.
Yes, I have a question about taking red yeast rice for cholesterol.
Okay, red yeast rice, very, very good. It's actually what they took a lot of the research from in doing the statin drugs. So for the statin drugs, a lot of times the what they studied was red yeast rice and the mechanisms of how it worked. But yeah, it's great. You don't want to use it all the time. You want to cycle it typically. Go about 21 days on and a week off after that. But yeah, if you're taking statin drugs, you don't want to do that and statin drugs at all. So if you're kind of on the borderline, the doctors have told you to just do your thing and come see them in some, a certain amount of time. You want to look at several things. You want to look at red yeast rice, make sure you're getting plenty of fats in your diet, healthy fats like almonds, walnuts, cashews, and avocados. That's really important. And then don't forget exercise. Huge. For getting your HDL, the good cholesterol, to go up and the LDL, the bad cholesterol, to go down, nothing will help that more than jumping in and really getting your exercise routine down. It's just got to be part of it. You got to move. The body was designed to move, and we just have to keep it moving. It's the key. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call or go to the website. Joe, you're next with us. How can I help, my friend?
I want to know how good, what alkaline water does to you, and if it's good for you, or what it actually does.
Well, the alkaline water is good for you. I mean, but so is regular water. And I'm not a big fan of tap water. That's the one that I really have a challenge with, just because there's a lot of chemicals and sediment, and there's things in tap water that we just don't need. So if you can do some form of spring water, distilled water, alkaline water, everybody has their opinion on water. Okay, so you're going to always find that everybody has their own opinion. It just is. I like distilled water because it's pretty much clean all the way through. So that's one area you want to look at. But I would focus more when it comes to the different waters of getting the amount, more than anything, of what you need every single day. Shooting for half your body weight every single day is the absolute key. Get started there. As long as you're doing that and you're not hitting tap water, you're doing great. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call. And if you haven't found our lifestyle providers yet, that's healthcare providers in your area that believe the same way we do. All this nutrition and lifestyle-based care that we talk about, you can find that information there at the website. And, of course, our team members are always standing by to help you, to get you to that next level with your health and with your life. Hypertension, high blood pressure, is a big deal. A lot of people struggle with it, and a lot of people really don't know what to do with it. It's kind of like you go to your doctor and you want to make good choices, but many times it can be a little bit challenging. So if you have it, there's some foods to avoid when you have high blood pressure that are pretty much what we call the hypertension diet. And we know that sodium is not good, right, when you have hypertension. However, natural salt and sodium that you get from foods that are naturally occurring, not that you add, but like, for example, celery juice, that kind of thing, very beneficial, very helpful. But, adding table salt, probably not a good idea to your meals. There's a rule of thumb about 1,500 milligrams a day total for sodium if you've had high blood pressure or any kind of cardiac episode. And then about 2,400 if you're just normal, never had any kind of issue with it. So here's some foods you want to steer clear of if you're dealing with hypertension at any level. Dried, salted, or preserved meats like bacon, ham, beef jerky, and pepperoni. Stay away from those. Heavily salted snacks like peanuts, chips, or crackers. Canned foods and meals, including vegetables and soups. You want to stay away from the frozen foods and dinners. Sauces, condiments, and marinades. You want to steer clear of those. And a lot of the table salt or salty seasonings, you want to be careful with those as well. Now, foods that help manage high blood pressure and that can actually help, they're higher in potassium. Now, there's a lot of them, but I'm going to give you a few here that probably are in your cabinet right now that can help you tremendously. Raisins, prune, and prune juice. I'll stick with the raisins on that one. Citrus fruits and juices, honeydew, cantaloupe and watermelons. Avocados are really good. Apples and apple juice. Bananas are great. And again, if you're going to do apple juice, don't do the processed kind. Get your own apples and juice them or blend them. Do your own. If you're going to do bananas, make sure they're the green bananas. There's not that much. Matter of fact, bananas are fantastic, but there's not that much sugar content the greener the banana is. Fresh corn is really good. Cooked squash, eggplant, cabbage and cauliflower, lima beans and peas are great. Peppers and radishes and sweet potatoes are fantastic. So there's a good way to do that. There's dietary approaches to stop hypertension diet. It's called DASH. Been out forever, but here's the deal. Here's the basics of it. 2 to 3 servings of low-fat yogurt per day. 4 to 5 servings of fruits and veggies. I think you need more than that. 6 to 8 servings of whole grains. Less than 6 daily servings of lean protein. Need more than that. 5 to 6 is fine. 2 to 3 servings of healthy fats and oils. You probably need more than that of healthy fats. 4 to 5 servings of seeds, nuts, and legumes. I would agree with that. And then no more than 5 weekly servings of desserts and sweets. No more than 2. I always say pick 2 meals a week and just do whatever you want. That's your 10%. Puts another hour in the charts. I want to thank our producer, engineer John Garrison, and the rest of the team. Go tell one person something you learned on the show. Together, we can friends, our families, and our communities. This is the show that helps you get well, stay well, and live well.
Did you know you could listen to the AsaRx audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the AsaRx audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.